with total ease, joy, and glory every single day, all day, and really feeling it, sensing it, that is possible. Anything can be easy. It doesn't have to be difficult. I don't have to work hard. All of it just comes to me. I'm resonating it out. I have like a homing device of total ease and ecstasy and joy radiating off my heart. And so it is. It can be that easy. And there is that process of acknowledging that anything that doesn't align with that will come to the surface to be seen and heard and felt and cleared and witnessed. That's important. And that's where the fun is. You can call that fun. I call it fun, I call it interesting, I call it some shenanigans that are really unearthing from the deepest depths and levels. And I love those pieces of me because those are pieces that served me at one point, or they didn't. I'm just like saying bye. Not resonant with me any longer, but I'm not going to allow that to stay on my left butt cheek and just chill. And so, destroying and uncreating all of that, anything that doesn't allow me to be, perceive, know, and receive, all of life coming to me with total ease, joy, and glory, destroy and uncreate it. Any relationships, creationships, beings, places, things that don't resonate with me, that feel heavy on my energy body. And by heavy, I mean it feels like it's like creating this sinking, like ugh, kind of feeling, like that ugh. That's all. And anything that feels light, that helps you feel like jubbly, bubbly, sweaty, I get hot. And acknowledging how unique your energy body is in perceiving what is light and what is heavy. Mine communicates with me my yes, what is light, like a surge of energy shooting through my body. I've been channeling a lot of lightning bolt energy, like charge is like left side, like it'll like tremor, like surge or twitch. That started a couple years ago because I was like, body, I need you to communicate with me clearly. So I understand. And you can make that request of your body, your vessel, you're working together, you're a team. And it's beautiful. My no is on my right side. It get a little twitch or a tap. And then you're like, okay, body, thanks for communicating that with me. That cough was to say it's going to take a little bit for your mind and your body to come to the same center and acknowledgement, because our bodies have been trying to communicate with us all along. All along. All of the physical expressions or ailments or accidents that we created, our bodies created to maybe slow us down, that our souls needed to get back into our bodies. This is my experience. I was dissociating a lot because I would perceive a lot of energy in my external environment, my body, this beautiful organism of technology communicating information to me from my external environment to serve and support me. And I was ignoring that. And I would just like hop, skip, and jump out of my body to somewhere that felt lighter and brighter because I was resisting being a human. And that's okay. I'm acknowledging those places. It didn't feel safe, and now I'm calling in complete and total safety in my vessel and saying this is like the heaven on earth of a vessel that my soul could ever embody, and I'm going to nourish it and flourish it and listen to it and love it in all of its glory, however it wants to express whatever it feels like in it. That is the joy of having a vessel and honoring that we chose this vessel. Your vessel. It's beautiful, however it looks. And how does it get any better than that? So choosing what feels light for you, expressing to the universe, all of life comes to me with total and complete ease, joy, and glory. And see how things unfold. Destroy and uncreate anything and everything that doesn't allow it. Be with whatever that arises, how relationships fall out of your life, being an allowance of that. And what would it take to be in total allowance of how that unfolds? What that ease looks like, what that joy looks like for you, that's so unique to each of us, what lights up each of our vessels. Glory, exuberant expression. Here's my exuberant expression, and I'm finding it easier and easier to express what I'm perceiving, how I'm being, and what ignites me is radiating that and sharing that and being a human that gets to choose. This is what lights me up. I'm going there. That doesn't light me up. That's heavy as shit. I'm not going over there. And honoring our 10-second increments. Like, if in this 10 seconds my body's like, yeah, I want to go skateboard. Fuck yeah. And then I go out there, put on my shoes, and my ankle starts flaring up, and it's just telling me, like, or like fidgets, and it's like, no. My body said, no, we're going to do something else that feels lighter. And give our bodies a break. Maybe, and that happened to me a couple of days ago. My mind, it was in a bummer space. But I allowed that, and I chose differently, and I found something else that didn't flare up my ankle, and that felt lighter and didn't cause me pain. So just follow what feels light, what feels joyful, what feels fun. What do you desire? I asked this question because fun is why I'm here. Celebrate all of that. Fun and ease and ecstasy and GASMs. And yes, there's places on the other side of the spectrum, like here's the GASM frequency, like very high, ecstatic, joyful. Whoop-da. And the other side of the spectrum is like grief, depression, anxiety, resistance. And that's okay. We're in total allowance of how that is flowing through our vessels, not aligning and agreeing with those emotions like we need to keep them forever. No. It's a big no. I'm aware of it though, so I'll acknowledge it and be in allowance of it and ask what this emotion, what this part of me is wanting to express and be with and move through my vessel, whether that takes 30 minutes, whether that takes half a day or a whole weekend to myself to really be with and process what is arising. Like, what is this emotion or energy movement? That's all an emotion is energy moving through our vessels, moving through our molecules and cells. And what is it presenting? What needs to be acknowledged that if I were to acknowledge and be with and perceive and know and receive from would allow me to feel lighter and more resonant and more present and more grounded and safe and secure. Your intentions, you choose what you're wanting to perceive with this awareness that is trying to be expressed. And so you get to the end of that point, and to acknowledge depression, anxiety, they all have certain wavelengths. They're energy movements. So ecstasy is like very fast frequency. You feel high, you feel light, you feel energized, you feel vibrant. Happy is like you're chill, you're happy, you're smiling. And then there's depression. Check out this slow wavelength, and then imagine that going through your body. So sometimes it helps to acknowledge that slower vibration is going to take a little bit of time, 3D time, to resonate and move through the body. And the more we acknowledge it and be with it and not judge it, not resist it, let's destroy and uncreate, POC and POD, all the places we're resisting feeling these emotions or labeling it as bad or good or wrong, or just like labeling it anything, putting it in a box, shaming ourselves because we're feeling that anger. It's slowing down the process going through our vessels. So what would it take to be, perceive, know, and receive all emotions, heavy, light, bright, ecstatic, joyful, bliss, all of it, with total ease and joy and grace. Grace-filled emotions that are seen and heard and witnessed and celebrated as a part of the human experience. We came here. We chose this. We chose to come into this body, into this experience, into this realm at this very time to be expanding on all the levels and feel all the things, and it's fucking magnificent. So part of that is emotions that sometimes are not preferred, but still beautiful. It can be really fun to channel sadness. You just lay there and experience deep rest that your vessel is asking for it. And sometimes that's true for you and sometimes it's not. Sometimes depression wants to have a creative outlet. Sometimes sadness wants, or grief wants to be moved in a very flowy, angelic, I would listen to some very wholesome ambient solfeggio frequency healing vibrations that I could flow with and go skateboard and just like move these things and see them. And sometimes anger wants to be frisky. If you ask your emotion, like, how do you want to be embodied? How do you want to be in my body? And what would that look like to move these emotions, to give these emotions a voice and make it fun? Like, make it fun. What would it take for processing emotions to be fun? And that's beautiful. For me, that arose with different resources and people that animate being with their emotions. They don't run from it. There's a lot of somatic experiencing. And I called that in. I resonated that. I was like, what would it take to want to be here? What would it take to stay in my vessel and not dissociate, stay put in my experience so that it can be processed and seen and flow out as efficiently as it came in without any judgment or shame or blame or guilt or repression, so it's not getting stuck anywhere. And it's beautiful, all the resources that I'm creating. And so you can create that too. If I can do that, what can you do? You can certainly do that. I totally believe in you. I'm here to tell you that it's really fucking easy. And can we destroy and uncreate what we believe easy is and what easy is not? What that looks like? And what would it take to be perceived, know, and receive total ease with all of life? And so I am sending big hugs and love and joy your way, and I hope that total ease and joy and whatever your heart and soul desires finds you today. That we lower our walls and barriers. That's the other part. Lowering the walls and barriers to receive all of life, all of joy, all of ecstasy. Yeah, when we have these barriers up, I was almost done, but now I'm like, sometimes we're so close to receiving, and then there's that wall we put up because of every silly reason under the sun. But that was for safety. That wall was there for like protecting us. But what if we acknowledge that we don't need protection, that there's no fear of being hurt, because that's also a choice. Like if we're lowering our walls and barriers and we're telling ourselves that we're safe in these vessels and that there's no true harm that can come to this soul, then we can also receive total joy and ecstasy and bliss. And from that space of empowerment and potency, we will be at this higher frequency. I like to... This one has a lot of color. I love this video. Okay, so I'm feeling weird, I'm feeling low, I'm feeling like I need to zoom out, hawk's eye view. I like to stand in my potency, back straight, and begin to elevate my hands. And as I elevate my hands, I'm intending that I'm looking up with my eyes, I'm focusing on rising, ascending, elevating my frequency above fear, doubt, blame, shame, guilt, anything that no longer serves me. And I am ascending above those judgments, projections, expectations, lower vibrational frequencies that no longer serve me, that may or may not have been mine. And I'm returning all the emotions that weren't mine back to source. And then I end up in this space where I'm observing. I have that like hawk's eye view, like that hawk that's soaring, that she's observing and being with and just flowing through whatever is arising, but from a higher frequency. And that is different than bypassing because we're just choosing a different lens. Like we're zooming out, we're saying, hey, that grief is okay. It wants to be felt XYZ way. That is what serves. And I can be with that and choose that. Or I'm zoomed out and I'm like, hey, that anger is not mine. That reaction to not having control, that may have been imprinted from my dad, from society, from just the culture and the way that these things are processed and resisted, and in this program that control is going to help us feel lighter, better, destroy and create all that. But you can return that seed of anger back to source with all of consciousness attached and electromagnetic imprinting attached. You can return all of the presumptuous realities in need of reactive realities and AI imprinted presumptuous realities, and savior complex, savior of this reality energies back to source related to anger, with all of consciousness attached. So wherever it came from, this energy of anger is getting returned there with consciousness and awareness attached. So it lightens up your energy body, liberates your energy body, and also this being, wherever it came from, and anyone that it affected, all the way down the line. So when you say POC and POD, all of that, you're like going to the very, very seed of that emotion, that energy, and it's able to be transitioned and transmuted and transcended back to source. So how many people are you contributing to? Not just yourself. That's a lot. Your family, your friends, society, people across the world, the universe, different lifetimes and timelines that we've been choosing that source of anger to, instead of our potency, instead of our energetic truth, our soul's truth and centeredness and alignment. Now we can choose that. What are the possibilities of choosing our potency and responding and being with potency versus anger, which is the attempt to get control over the external experience that is dissonant, or wherever we're just feeling all types of charged and activated and triggered. I feel lighter. And I hope you do too. And I hope you find the most glorious joy and ease today and all the days and all the 10 seconds, and that you pause and celebrate your body for what it's communicating with you, for what it's expressing to you, and pausing and asking, body, what's my yes? Body, what feels light for me? Can you show me that? Maybe speak English, maybe give me a very clear sign that even I cannot miss. And destroy and uncreate anything and everything that doesn't allow that. And show me what my no is. What's heavy? What's dissonant? What doesn't serve me? Can you show me that? How that wants to express in my body? Whether that's like your mind's like, fuck no, or something falls around you, or you get tired, like a lot of heaviness can be like your mind gets just like drained and tired. Like, just ask your body. Very, very obvious. Make it very easy. And make it joyful. I love that my body did that for me. She's like, my body, my vessel, my organism was like, this girl got a lot of fire, she got a lot of charge. Let's make it a great surge of energy. Big yes on the left, big no on the right. You'll find out what happens when you ignore your big yes and your big no. So honor your body. If it tells you no, and your mind wants to second guess that, I'm just saying, we all got to choose our own experiences, but when it tells you no and you don't listen, that's a thing. When it tells you yes and you listen, that's also a fun thing. So it's really cool. Tell your body you love it. Okay.